Am I the asshole for leaving my girlfriend stranded when she chose to ignore me? I 27 went to a pumpkin patch with my girlfriend 22 and a bunch of her friends. I was told it was a couples thing, but I was the only guy there. That's fine. I am okay with her friends. I am past the whole cutesy date thing, but I like making her happy. But then they all started ignoring me. Every time I tried to join a conversation or spend time with my girlfriend, I got frozen out. Like I was intruding. I asked her if she wanted to go do the corn maze with me, and it was like I was some creepy guy at a bar. They all had to come along. Like I was trying to separate her. I totally was, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyways, they all decided to split up in the maze and my girlfriend went with them. Fuck this noise. I could go catch the Seahawks game if I boogied. So I texted her that she had 5 minutes to respond to me or I was going back to town to watch the game and she could get a ride back with her friends. I was literally watching the second quarter before she responded. It took her that long to notice that I was gone. She said her friend would have to drive really far out of her way to drop her off and that I should come get her. I was definitely over the limit and I told her to get an Uber and I would pay for it. She said never mind and spent the night at her place instead. I just woke up to about 50 texts from her and her friends calling me an asshole for leaving without telling anyone. I did tell her. She just chose to ignore me. I'm kind of pissed that I wasted all that gas and time and we never even got to actually spend time together. I'm upset with her and her bullshit friends. Am I the asshole? Edit to provide answers to common questions. We have been dating for about 6 months. Our age difference is roughly 3 years and 10 months. I didn't realize that made me a dirty old man. I enjoy taking her out and having fun. She is just starting her career and I am established in mine. So I like taking her out for fun stuff she enjoys. When I said I am past the cutesy date thing, I meant that I would not be the one to suggest a date at a pumpkin patch. But she was a theater kid and I took her to see Hamilton. She loved it. I go out of my way to take her to things she will enjoy. And when we hang out with my friends, they all include he because she is awesome. My friends' wives and girlfriends all enlive her and stuff too. This is the first time she has behaved like this. The pumpkin patch had 5 bars of signal and all of them were posting constantly the entire time they were there. Edit number 2 because I can't do math. The difference in our ages is exactly 4 years and 37 days. Sorry. Edit 3. For those of you with a problem with our age difference, think of it as her robbing the grave, not me robbing the cradle. Final edit. I think. We spoke. It turns out that the friends were pissed that I showed up. Not because I was there but because the other boyfriends all blew them off to watch the game. So they basically convinced her that it should be a girls' day. Which was fine. If she had told me, I would have gone to a pub nearby to get some food, have a beer and wait for her to get back to me. I was wrong about her sorority sister from Los Angeles being the tipping point. She was the one saying that they were being dicks excluding me. So I feel kinda bad about that. Not the asshole. She literally just used you as a free ride to her friends' get-together. Would not even be surprised if the girls were planning something shady and got upset that you showed up. You are over the cutesy phase, so I assume you guys are not together for long. If so, dump her. She is just using you until something better shows up. Couples don't act like this. Not the asshole. In my opinion, she kind of tricked you into coming there, and after you went she iced you out and ignored you, which is not okay. You gave her a heads up before leaving as well. Technically she was not stranded as she had other company. Had you left her alone, this would be a different situation. But because she had company as well, I believe you are not the asshole at all. Not the asshole. If this was me, I would be single in the morning. Am I the asshole for bringing my wheelchair-bound boyfriend to my brother's no-plus-1 wedding? My F31 brother M33 got married days ago. He and his now wife sent me an invitation and mentioned a no-plus-1 rule, meaning that I wasn't allowed to bring my wheelchair-bound boyfriend of 4 years with me. I tried to dicus an exception for this rule because, for one, my boyfriend is family and no one would deny that fact. And two, I could not find proper arrangements to have someone watch him. I'm his primary caregiver, while I was gone. I brought him with me to the wedding. My brother and his bride were livid and picked up an argument with me about it. My brother said some hurtful stuff, but I was glad he didn't say it in front of my boyfriend. I told him it's not like my boyfriend was making a fuss or being distracting. He just remained quiet and respectful of everyone around him. My brother argued that none of that mattered and that the trust and respect he had for me was gone the minute I decided to stomp on his wedding boundaries and override the rules. My parents understood my side but also said that it was my brother's wedding and I should have respected the rule he had for non-official couples. We've not been talking since the wedding. I tried calling him but keep getting hung up on. His wife texted me yesterday to stop calling. Am I the asshole? It's not like I brought a hyperactive child to the wedding. I think he might have overreacted but I'm not sure. You are the asshole. Not only did you go against a rule, you attempted to use your BF's disability to get your way. You should be ashamed. Guy in a wheelchair here, although I'm fully self-sufficient. This makes me feel for your BF. Not only did you disrespect your brother's wishes, you made your boyfriend the center of more attention than was warranted. You say he remained quiet and respectful. He probably was quiet because he wanted to crawl under a rock. Hey, look at me. I'm the cause of strife at a wedding through no fault of my own. You are the asshole. Edit. Holy upvotes, Batman. Guess I struck a nerve. Am I the asshole for telling my Sil to stop talking about her miscarriage? My 37M wife, 37F, is pregnant with our first bio child. We tried to have a baby in our 20s, went through fertility treatments, and nothing worked. This pregnancy was a huge surprise and is a high-risk pregnancy. My wife is 20 weeks now. My brother and Sil have 3 kids, aged 5-8. Sil was pregnant again this summer and had a miscarriage at 21 weeks. They were obviously devastated and we felt awful for them. My Sil talks about her miscarriage a lot, which is understandable. But it has been making my wife really anxious, so I first asked my brother if he and Sil, can just stop bringing the miscarriage up in front of my wife. He said sure and stopped, but Sil didn't. So I asked her too, and she said that she will try. She didn't stop. Yesterday they came to visit us with the kids to stay a couple of days for Halloween. At lunch, my Sil said to my wife, 20 weeks now huh? I remember feeling the baby at 20 weeks. Sadly we lost him at 21 inches and my wife had a panic attack. We, wife and I, left the room, and I came back 30 minutes later and just lost it at my Sil. I told her to just for once shut the hell up about her miscarriage. I feel like an ass, really. AITA? I'm going with not the asshole. If it wasn't for her remark about, I remember at 20, but we lost him at 21 inches. I'd maybe be on the fence, but this feels like she's doing it intentionally. Pregnancy is difficult enough already without someone trying to make it more stressful for that person. It's fine to talk about your past, and even to dwell on it and feel the sting, but that doesn't mean you get to try to make someone else feel that way. Am I the asshole, AWTA, for not letting the mother of a disabled child in our parenting group? I am in a group for disabled parents. The group is not for the parents of disabled children. It is for parents who have disabilities. While many of our members have children with disabilities, that is not why they are in the group. The purpose of the group is to have a support network of other parents with disabilities free of the stigma and condensation disabled people with children so often face. Last week a woman messaged our group about joining, and we gave her the information for our next meetup. At the meetup, she arrived with her son, who was in a wheelchair. He was a very sweet boy, and he played well with the other kids. The mother sat on her phone for most of the meetup and didn't participate much in our discussion topic. During one of our attempts to include her in the conversation, she did mention that she is not disabled in any way. I mentioned that this group is for disabled parents, and she responded that her son is disabled. That's not really relevant. We moved on, but at the end of the meetup we told her she couldn't be a member of the group, because it is a support group for parents with disabilities, and she isn't disabled. She was very offended and kept talking about her son. One of the other members explained that this group isn't for the kids, it's for the parents. There are play groups for disabled kids, but we are not that. Yes, our meetups are child-friendly, but that is for logistic reasons, because childcare is expensive. This group is our safe space, and she is intruding on it. She told us we were hypocritical C-words for excluding her son and left very upset. We feel bad, but also, this isn't a playgroup, it's a support group. Were we unfair? Based on your description, this seems pretty clearly not the asshole. She didn't participate in the meeting and when told the purpose of the group, she called you all the C-word. Maybe she's stressed and thought she found a group for her kid, but that doesn't excuse her behavior. Not the asshole. She literally doesn't fit the group's purpose. Y'all shouldn't feel bad for that. There are groups I'm sure that she and her son would actually fit into. Even after explaining what the purpose of the group is for you guys. She insisted it was a playgroup by not even listening. Had she been there to discuss your, and other parents' difficulties, maybe she could have made a point for inclusion, but that doesn't sound the case at all here.